It's not going to any homies. It's going to my bar rag.
Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I'm Jeremy Robinson.
I'm Mike Mick.
And this is the second part of the episode because we're going to start recording 30-minute-ish and doing twice a week, Mondays and Fridays.
Yes.
So obviously...
New episode, two new episodes a week, but shorter each one. So
yeah. So easier to get into, like if you have a 20 or 30-minute drive, you can do almost the whole thing or the whole thing. Or if you just have whatever. We're trying to drive more followers and more engagement with everybody to try to make it a lot bigger.
Speaking of things that kill time, did I tell you about the book that I just finished this last week?
No, you didn't.
Stephen King book. Apparently they have a Hulu show that came out in 2016, and I didn't even know. It's a miniseries called 11/22/63. And if you're not a historian, that was the day that John Kennedy was shot. And he goes back in time.
John Kennedy does?
No.
Oh, okay.
The guy in the book.
Got it.
In the Hulu special, it's played by James Franco.
Nice.
But he goes back.
He did series as.
Well, has he done much anything lately?
I don't know, but follow, like, share, subscribe, Facebook and Instagram at Some Offense Intended, and YouTube and Twitter and TikTok at Some Offense Pod. Keep going, Mike.
And so he goes back in time, and one of the goals is to try to stop the assassination of JFK. And yeah, I'm sure that would cause no troubles in the time.
Oh yeah, no.
That's just a small thing. It wouldn't make.
He was trying to go back to the gold standard. You know how much fucking better we would be if we went back to the gold standard?
Well, he went back in the thing where he goes back in time. He has to go to a certain spot, and it'll only go to this time, this 1 year. So he has to go. So he has to go back in time and go to 1958,
and then live 5 years in the past.
Yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend it.
I mean, I think that's one of the cooler ways to time travel. Of like, you can't just go to any.
You can't just go to what you want.
Moment in time, but there are distortions. Just look at everything else.
Yeah.
So there are points in time or places, like different areas where it's closer or weaker or whatever, so you can actually break through to get there. I would believe that's how it would happen when we finally discover time travel.
But when he did it, it's not like he traveled in time and ended up in Dallas where he gets shot at. You know, he ends up in another part of the country.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah,
you're lucky you landed on Earth.
Yeah, to be honest, it's true. Yeah, but it's a really good book, and I've recommended the series to people, and like Kirk was watching he was watching the series, and he was like, I want to get to the weekend so I can finish this. It's so good.
Captain Kirk?
No, because Kirk is Captain Kirk is his last name.
No,
and the Kirk we know, his first name is Kirk.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, so that's why I don't call him Captain Kirk.
Thanks, Mike.
I told him that once, and he appreciated it. He's like, yeah, I've actually said that to people.
Jesus fucking Christ. Can't have any fun.
I'm a Star Trek fan.
Sure.
I was going to say, you can tell by my hat, but I'm wearing my Golden Knights hat and not my Star Anything hat.
I forgot to talk about it last time. So somebody asked us if they could still buy hats or something.
Yes.
And Mike sent him the link because I guess the store is still up.
Yes.
Because I guess I paid for it like for the full year or something. So I have to work on canceling by the time it renews in like 4 months, or I'll have to figure out whatever. However, this individual tried to order a hat.
They wouldn't send it to me.
And you said
it did not deliver to that area, and it's Carson City.
Right. To which I said, well, maybe he should move to not a backwater town.
Yes.
That doesn't use the Pony Express.
And I told you that I'm hoping that they'll get an actual post office there sometime soon.
Yeah. Which I don't know if anybody knows anything. But if you went through 4th or 5th grade, you might know, in the States, you might know that Carson City is the capital of Nevada.
Yeah, I was going to say, you'd think they'd have postal service there being the capital.
Yeah, so I still haven't gone on. I might check after this. I say might because I might not. Go on Printful and see like if there's shipping restrictions or like weird something, or it's like disabled because of whatever. Maybe it'll tell everybody that it can't deliver.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see somebody buy the hat, though. I was really excited about it.
Well, my question is, like, did he put his shipping address? He didn't buy it yet.
He showed it to me. No, he didn't buy it.
Okay.
He showed it to me. And
well, at least it told him before he bought it.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
But he showed me the order because I had mentioned to him, I'd asked him if the link worked, and then he went on break and it worked, and he was like, "Yeah, it showed me this."
Huh.
So I was like, "That sucks." I mean, I would like to see like
somebody other than you and me having the hat.
Yeah, I'd like to see somebody with our merch on.
Yeah.
He wants to get a black hat. He has a lot of hats apparently. I have a few.
I have a couple. There's something that I read about that I don't know if you heard about yet. Mr. Beast just signed a deal with Amazon.
Good job.
It was actually a bidding war to who would actually fucking run this.
Oh.
Between like, I don't know if Disney was involved, but like every streaming platform was bidding to try to land Mr. Beast's deal.
Wow.
So Beast and Amazon, this is an article from aboutamazon.com.
Well,
I don't think it's an actual Amazon website, but
for the people who lost, were willing to negotiate.
Mr. Beast and Amazon MGM Studios, which I also didn't know that they were together.
Neither did I.
Announced the new reality competition series, Beast Games. The new show will premiere on Prime Video and is set to become the biggest reality competition series where 100 contestants will compete for a $5 million prize. So do you remember a long time ago on this podcast when I said I really fucking am upset that Fear Factor stopped being a thing?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to fucking be on it all the time growing up, and by the time I grew up and could be on it, it stopped.
Yeah.
Might have to start fucking applying for this.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll have to.
Because...
And then you get on it and you can mention our show.
And what do you do on the weekends? Oh, you know. So here's a quick snippet. I don't want to read the whole article. Beast Games, which is based on Mr. Beast's already successful YouTube show, is set to become the biggest reality competition with 1,000 contestants. Oh, I actually read that wrong. It is 1,000. Competing for a $5 million cash prize. I can't read it all. The biggest single prize in the history of television and streaming. My goal is to make the greatest show possible and prove YouTubers and creators can succeed on other platforms, said Mr. Beast. Which, I mean, he's not wrong. Like, he started on, like, Amazon's old.
Yeah.
And then he started on YouTube, and then YouTube got old, and then Amazon Prime became new.
Huh.
And then he went to the fucking new platform. Like, I mean,
I did see part of one of his episodes recently. One of his YouTube things.
And it says Mr. Beast will serve as the host and executive producer, which is amazing because I don't know if a lot of people know what both of those are. One, the host. A lot of people know what the host is.
Yeah.
That's, hey, welcome to Beast Games. That's that guy with the microphone that's like hyping up everything and like tell you what like they're supposed to do. The executive producer is the one that funds it and gets to make like 95% of calls to actually make stuff happen or not happen.
Yeah.
That's that person. And that he got that in the contract with Amazon. I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I'm guessing he gets paid pretty well for that. He has candy bars out. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah.
I haven't tried one yet.
There's a lot of shit.
I've thought about it. I was thinking when we were doing the previous episode that, you know, we need to get one of these breweries to make a beer, put our label on it. We could have two different kinds, one with your face on it, one with mine on it. Whatever style you want.
I think that might be like a 5 to never years from now thing.
But that could be a 12-pack, and it could be half the 12-pack could be one, half the other. Well, I've seen like I was at a grocery store.
It's going to premiere. No, I'm going to cut you off, and I want to finish reading this real quick.
Right.
It is almost over. It's going to premiere in more than 240 countries and territories worldwide.
Well, you better get signing up.
Which Mr. Beast was actually one of the first people to start doing, like, because he gets a lot of money from a lot of his videos. Is he started hiring voice actors and translators, to start translating his videos into other languages and then releasing those on YouTube that were getting almost the same amount of views as English, just from releasing them in like Japanese,
nice,
Thai, Chinese, like every different fucking language. He just started like go from the top down and start like, here, I'll pay you to go. Like they'll watch the whole thing and they'll translate everything.
Yeah, I just learned Japanese for when we need to do that.
Great. But yeah, so that's wild.
I've gotten to Konnichiwa.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So you got past Itchy Nissan.
No,
I just can't even count to 3.
I just got to Konnichiwa.
Good job. Vernon Sanders, head of TV at Amazon MGM Studios, agreed, adding, when Mr. Beast first told us about his concept for the show, we were blown away by his ambition to make Beast Games the biggest reality competition series ever. Which, I don't know why he was blown away by his ambition. Have you seen any of his fucking videos?
Like I said, I just saw one of them recently. I've not actually watched any of his videos. I've never seen them.
What?
Yeah. Which part didn't you get?
How have you not seen a video from Mr.
He never
Beast
pops up
until
in my
recently?
feed. That day he popped up in my feed, so I watched a little bit.
Well, we just talked about it, so you're going to see nothing but that for the next fucking 3 weeks. You're welcome. I got you.
I did want to mention, I was watching
helping
my favorite YouTube channel recently, which is Demolition
Mr.
Ranch.
Beast.
Yeah. I was watching Demolition Ranch, and I was looking, and I saw they had a new T-shirt on there. So I went because I know that he has his own T-shirt place.
Yeah,
it's huge. And when the last time I'd been on the website, there was only a few people on it. There was him, of course. There was one of the strongest men in the world on there. Donut operator, Brandon Herrera. Now there's a whole lot of people. Like he's making T-shirts for many different brands, which I thought was kind of cool.
Nice.
And then he sells it from there, like Kentucky Ballistics. I wore the Kentucky Ballistics shirt on here a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Just put a thumb in it.
This is my pew pew. Oh, that one too.
No, that's Cleon Noir has the
potato tomato.
The pew pew life. Pew pew.
That one.
Yeah, I like that shirt. I like the just put a thumb in it also, but I don't wear that one to work. People will read it wrong.
So, do you want to hear something gross?
Yeah.
Do you know who Tyson is? The chicken.
The chicken. Yeah. People are boycotting them.
Do you know why?
Because they got rid of a lot of employees and replaced them with.
That's one of the reasons. Do you want to know? Like that's the biggest reason.
Yeah.
The reason they should be doing it. The reason everybody should stop fucking eating it.
Yeah.
Tyson partnered with Protix, Protix. Do you know what they do?
No.
They are an insect ingredient company.
Oh.
For sustainable protein production. So they're gonna don't read too far into this. I don't fucking know if they're doing this already. They're thinking about it, whatever.
Yeah.
But they did partner with them.
Yeah, I've seen things where people eat bugs.
I think they're going to be supplementing that into all of these fucking products that they have. So that they can basically have like 1/3 chicken to 2/3 fucking
cricket.
2/3 cricket and fucking mealworm. It's right there in the name. It's a meal.
Yeah.
So
it works.
You have a chicken meal.
They
can be like, what? When they finally get taken to court and it's called chicken meal, they're like, what? It's in the name.
When they say it's a complete meal, they can say that we meant a complete mealworm.
Exactly. They're like, I don't know what, just like vitamin water. I don't know why people thought we were healthy.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Say the fucking name out loud.
Say it out loud. Yeah.
Out loud. Right now. Go. Vitamin. Stop.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what?
Yeah. And that was not.
That was one of the dumbest fucking responses that I've ever heard in my life.
It was not even close. That goes right up there with, you're really eating a full foot-long sandwich? We meant you to have that in 2 meals or to share it. Bullshit.
Yeah. Hi, have you met anyone?
I eat the giant sandwich at Jersey Mike's, and it's bigger than the foot-long.
It depends on it. I can, but there's often that.
And I get it with extra meat.
I'll do like 30 minutes, hour and a half between them sometimes.
Oh, I'll eat the whole thing. I love it. Yeah, one day they had a special.
I'm going to clip that. I eat the whole thing and I love it. There you go.
But they had a buy one, get one. So I bought one and I had it
Then
that
you
day.
got one.
Then the next day, I had that one for the next day for lunch. I took it to work. That's a good sized sandwich.
I mean, yeah, they're decently big. They're not what they fucking measure them out to be.
Oh, they are. I've measured them. I used to work there. I had a ruler.
Jersey Mike's and Porta Subs both lie about their fucking sandwich length. They're like 18 inches or fucking 20, whatever it is supposed to be.
Well, they have a 2-foot sub at
The 2-foot sub is a fucking lie. That's for goddamn sure.
I bought it. It seemed 2 feet.
No, it's like it's this big, which is not 2 feet. That's like 1.5 feet.
All right, well, it was delicious anyway.
Yeah, it's good, but they're cheating you.
But no, I'm telling you.
I'm not getting 25% of what I
Jersey
paid
Mike's,
for.
we had 18 inches.
But
And then we made sandwiches.
They also send out coupons. They also send out coupons that are like, oh, here's a coupon for a $15 fucking giant. And then you go in there and it's like most of them are $14.80. Like, so why am what do I have a coupon for $14.99 for a giant sandwich when it's cheaper without the fucking
Usually the
coupon?
coupons I see are buy 2, get 1 free.
For the Giants?
Yeah.
I have never seen those.
Yeah, and they're usually like $14 each. It's like, yeah.
They must have finally realized somebody was fucking up and not putting $12.99. Because I got them for like 2 years.
But I've told you before, the roast beef is made in house.
Yeah.
Like I would when I would go into work,
I remember.
I would take the meat and I would I would have to trim off all the excess fat and get it ready and tie it up and prep it and throw it in the oven and it would cook all day.
I remember.
That's one of the things I like about it. Like I like some other sub places, but you know that their roast beef is pre-done and cooked, and I mean tastes okay, but it's not fresh, right?
It's still not fucking real food.
What is it then?
There's so many fucking like Subway has microplastics in all their bread.
They got rid of those.
They say they got rid of them.
But I'm saying
maybe they just reduced it below the allowable level.
So I should just go to Toys R Us and buy their toy kits of food.
Yeah,
have a KFC one.
Exactly.
Maybe that'll be more.
You can find an open Toys R Us. They're coming back, aren't they?
I don't know, but there's other things I can buy toys at. I actually worked at a Toys R Us for a short time. I also worked at a place called KB Toys.
That was a big one. KB Toys was fucking huge. Are they still a thing?
No, they're gone. They're long gone.
They were the one you walked past in the mall, and they always had like the little child playpen thing set up with all the like jumping dogs and fucking like the early robots.
Yeah, they're long
never
gone.
fucking.
They went out long before Toys R Us did.
Damn.
That was a place I worked at.
That's how often I go to the mall. That
was the one I worked at where I worked at that one at a mall that I was literally banned for life.
And then went back the next week to work. I remember.
It was a year later, but yeah.
I remember this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, I was told not to come back. If I ever showed up again,
kids.
If I ever showed up again, I would be arrested for trespassing. And I worked across the hall from the place that got me thrown out too.
You go talk to them every day?
I went over there. I could get, pretzels and cinnamon buns, all of that. Right there.
Got kicked out of a mall from a Cinnabon.
No, it was at Auntie M's.
Potato, tomato.
Yeah. But yeah,
I don't remember that part of the story. How do you get kicked out of a mall by an Auntie M's? Because your pretzels didn't have butter.
No, I wasn't actually at the place. I was in front of it, and I decided to put some money into a thing called a stress test machine, and it didn't work.
Squeezy thing?
No, just put your 2 fingers on it. So I put my money in it, and it didn't give me my stress test. So I ended up breaking the machine.
Okay, I was going to ask, did you remove your fingers and put something else there? Like I'm just making sure what actually happened.
I should have done that, but no, I broke something on it. Yeah.
Did you tip it over? You just like,
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay.
And it broke like the plastic cover. but it was a stress test machine, and I broke it because it took my money. So maybe it did tell me I was stressed.
There you go.
But a friend of mine, we were at a Kmart. That was another place I got thrown out of permanently. And
I was supposed to have.
I was actually told to leave there and never return 7 different times.
I remember we talked about this a little bit too.
But there was a board game, and it was really annoying because we were right near it, and the thing just kept going. And it was called Mr. Game Show Host, and it allegedly had a bunch of different games with it. I saw it that day, and I never saw it again after that. But the thing is, it's moving its microphone, and it's trying to talk and all that. And my friend goes over, it had this plastic bubble thing over it.
Mm.
And he goes over and he goes, "Shut the fuck up." And he bopped it on the head. And then it wouldn't move, it wouldn't move anymore.
Brandon, what episode did we talk about this in? Comment and do stuff.
But it's just fun. I don't think I actually mentioned the Mr. Game Show Host when we talked about it.
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, it's just he bopped it on the head. It just like I said.
So Brandon will either know or he'll start over from episode 1 to find it just to tell me.
But it was just funny to see the head just not move anymore, and the microphone wouldn't move anymore. And
That's great.
It was probably a fun game too, as far as board games go.
I've never heard of it, so I would think it's not a fun game if it didn't make it very far.
Like I said, I never saw it again after that day. Never.
Well,
When I always thought of board
maybe
games,
it wasn't real.
When I first heard of board games, I thought.
Wait, what?
When I first heard, I didn't say it was last week.
No. You said Boward. You said Boward games. That's why I said what? Not that when you first heard of them. When I first heard of Boward games, I didn't know there was like a massive Midwest South that you fucking hid in there somewhere. So tell me about these Boward games, Mike.
Well, I know that they're called board games because they're played on a board, but I always thought they were just boring, so that's why I call them board games, because I'm bored when you play them.
I think it was the first time that Mike started crying, laughing on the podcast.
Yeah. You said I didn't have a mouthful of beer when you said it.
Oh, fuck.
But I always thought board games were boring.
I mean, I never really thought that because I had fun playing them like all the time.
I mean, I've got PlayStation, I've got Nintendo, I've got Xbox, and people actually play like Monopoly on PlayStation and Xbox, and yeah, that's what I thought.
I still don't like the 12 gauge.
I'm not a fan. That's why I'm on the coffee.
Oh, that's why I'm saving something good for the end. Yeah,
I got this for the last part of this for that. And this we can put it in the refrigerator and Peter can have it when he gets home.
That's going to be flat as fucking awful. I'll just throw it out.
Oh, he'll love it. He will. He'll be like, oh, thanks.
I'm just going to throw it out.
Okay. I thought you were saying you were just going to throw out the fact that it's going to be.
Oh, no. I'm just going to pour it down the sink. Oh. I'm not leaving a fucking half-drank beer in the fridge for fucking I don't know how many days.
Oh, I didn't know how long he was gone. I thought you meant he was like out doing deliveries or something.
Oh, no. He's visiting his chick in Mexico.
Oh.
Sorry, Peter, if you didn't want that known.
I hope he brings us back some Mexican Coke.
Yeah, the one with the real sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
it. And the bag, I mean the glass bottles.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I do. I don't know. I used to go to a Cafe Rio.
Did both of those jokes go way over your head?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
But I used to drink Mexican Coke at Cafe Rio in Vegas.
Yeah.
I like Cafe Rio. I don't know if I've had a taco since.
You don't have Taco Bell, Del Taco.
I haven't had Taco Bell
Roberto's
in many, many years, and I don't like Roberto's.
Jim Boys. They're super greasy. It's weird.
I've never had Jim Boys.
Don't eat Jim Boys.
But I was reading it online, and I looked at what they had, and see, I like chicken tacos, and I like soft shell.
Yeah, they only have like beef tacos, hard shell.
Yeah, so strike two.
Huh.
And it's been a very long time since I've been to Taco Bell. I've actually thought about giving it a try again.
But it's like 18 times the price now.
But also, somebody was telling me that the one that's literally down the street from me
doesn't have soft shells.
isn't very good. Like, he's like, yeah, the people there.
Oh, I was gonna say that's every Taco Bell.
Yeah, he's like, you need to go to a different one because that's the one he had worked at. Apparently, he was very fast at making tacos.
No taco. Oh my God, you're gonna fucking believe him.
Well,
I was so good. I was so quick at making tacos. I made more money than the manager. Yeah, because you work off of fucking taco commissions. Shut the fuck up.
you get paid by the taco.
No,
I know.
There is no food place that I have ever heard of that you get paid per food item.
Well, the only one I've ever worked at where it actually paid
you
when it paid you by the like by how much you produced, like the more you did, the more you made.
Yeah.
That was a meat packing place, and I was just using a knife. Depending on how much meat I trimmed off.
That's what I was thinking. Like either a meat packing place or like American Foods Inc. or whatever the fuck it's called, like one of the food distributors. Like you might get paid like per package out or like per box out or something. Any fast food place, 1,000% you're not getting commission on how many fuch whatevers you make.
When I was doing the meat cutting though,
Jesus.
In the one hand you had
Christ.
to have they had a different type of PPE than I've had since then. But it had a chainmail glove, you had a wrist protector, and this knife it would spin. So you had to trim the meat off with these big bones, and it'd go into this bin, and you got paid by how much you put in that bin.
Yeah, and then it was basically ground beef after that, or whatever the fuck it was.
But I would see it, and I definitely did not want to work without my PPE because if you slip, you're taking a whole chunk out of your wrist.
Probably.
It's probably your last day, not just at that place, but in general.
But I mean, as long as you have medical first.
I had my steel mesh glove always on.
Well,
but I started working there in July, and it was when I'd be in work, it'd be 40 degrees. When I'd walk outside, when I walked outside, 98.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
The first week, I got a summer cold.
You can't get a cold from cold weather, Mike.
But no, but the something about the adjustment of like the first day I went in there, I was cold all day, and then I go outside and it was hot. Next thing you know, I had a cold. I've heard of other people having it too.
It's a coincidence.
Well, I'd never had a summer cold before, so I blame it on them.
It's a stomach virus. It's not a cold. It's not always the fucking.
It was a cold.
No.
My stomach was fine.
It's an old wives' tale that you can get sick from the cold. Oh, you better bundle up out there. Don't get your feet wet. You're gonna fucking get sick.
Well, how do you think they got to be old wives? They took.
They got beat. They had to come up with stories.
Yeah, that's true.
They had to keep the husbands scared of everything.
I mean, when you know what the rule of thumb means.
That's why they're called old wives' tales.
When you know what the rule of thumb means, yeah, they definitely got beat.
Yeah.
You know what the rule of thumb is, right?
Yes, I've seen Boondock Saints every year.
It's just some of our viewers may not be but they can look it up.
They can.
That's what Google and Bing and all the internet is for.
So I'll give you one of these two stories so I can keep notes for next time too.
All right.
Do you want to hear something super woke or something semi-conspiracy but along the same lines of Tyson thing? Okay, dope. So they figured out how to make synthetic eggs, like chicken eggs.
All right.
And they discovered...
Are they square?
No, they discovered that people are making synthetic chicken eggs. I should rephrase that.
All right. They have been making them.
They have been making them.
All right.
So it's almost a kind of unknown thing of like, how long have these been being made? Where are they going?
Well, the question I have is
what's the quality? Like how, like what is in them? Like everything about it.
The thing besides what's in them and all that, the biggest question I have is if you're making synthetic chicken eggs and they taste the same, why the fuck are eggs so expensive? Don't tell me that there's not enough chickens.
If you want to know why eggs are so expensive, is because somebody is blowing up every fucking chicken and egg processing facility in the United States.
Yeah, but if they're synthetic, it doesn't fucking matter. Make more.
It does if you blow up the plants where anything comes from.
Well, fuck.
And then it's the same thing as fucking gas and what was it, 2010?
Yeah.
Of like, it was fairly cheap. It had come down a little bit. And then they're like, oh, but we can start fucking price gouging like a motherfucker. And then they never came back.
Well, they had the thing where they were like, hey, we just had these hurricanes where they drill for oil. So it's going to go up.
Yeah.
But
like eggs used to be like 90
bullshit.
cents a dozen.
That was all bullshit.
When I was like 15. That's like 17 years ago. That's not a wild. They're fucking $5 a dozen now. $4 to $5 a dozen.
It makes me not want to bake anything. Makes me not want to cook any eggs.
That's actually baking stuff. You bring that up. I am going to start making my own fucking bread. I'm going to buy a bread maker and start making my own bread. I spent 20 fucking minutes at Winco reading ingredients on fucking bread. Either the bread has sugar in it, which I'm not fucking trying to have bread with sugar. That's the thing.
White bread. I stopped eating white bread because when you eat it,
wheat bread.
Let me finish. When you eat white bread, when it breaks down in your system, it basically turns into sugar.
Yes.
So I mean, I'm not saying wheat bread is a lot better. I mean, when I can get it and it's on sale, I like that multigrain that we've talked about in the past. That thick multigrain, I love it. But a lot of times they just want too much for that.
So a couple things that I look for to stay away from: enriched flour.
Yeah.
Because enriched means they absolutely blasted the fucking dog shit out of that pitch until there's nothing good left at all. Like there is zero nutrition in enriched flour. Like wheat is good for you.
Yeah.
Barley can be good for you.
Enriched flour is not.
Enriched flour is zero. And when I mean zero, I mean fucking zero, maybe negative effects of capabilities of carrying nutrition at all.
See, there was when I lived in Omaha when I was growing up as a kid, there was somebody in my neighborhood. He grew his own wheat in his backyard, and he would process it into flour.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, so that flour had to be pretty damn good. And then he also grew his own sunflower, so he had his own sunflower seeds too.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Enriched flour, which is in like 95% of bread, and tortillas, and pita bread, and flatbread.
That's why I try to tell people that eating a wrap is not better than a sandwich. You're not doing yourself any much better by eating a.
So once you get off of that, like you'll start being on either like 100% whole wheat. Yeah. That actually doesn't have enriched, but now there's sugar and soybean oil in the fucking bread. And sometimes sugar or sucralose. So like here's extra shit. That is sucralose has been proven to actually break DNA. That's a new study from like 2 or 3 years ago.
That explains why my 23andMe had me at 99.9%. If it hadn't been eating bread, it would have been.
No, I sent you the Conan O'Brien. Like, you're 100% Irish. He goes, the guy that was talking to him about it, I've never seen anybody 100% Irish. He goes, what does that mean? And he talks about forever. He's like, you go to fucking Ireland, you'll find like 86% Irish. You'll never see 100%. He goes, what does that mean?
You're inbred.
Yeah, the guy goes, that means you're inbred. Yeah. He's like, oh. And honestly, it explains a lot about him.
I like Conan, but yeah.
But look at him.
Yeah.
And now we understand.
I don't really watch talk shows, but I liked his.
His is one of the better ones. Yeah.
I always thought he was funny.
Him and Jimmy Fallon, I think, are two of the better ones, for sure.
I liked him. I like David Letterman.
I never really found his humor.
I like they have a whole new show just based on something he did on his, and it's Stupid Pet Tricks.
There's a lot of stuff that they come out with that.
Well, he's the executive
entire
producer
population fucking like, and it doesn't mean it's good.
But I'm just saying he's the executive producer of Stupid Pet Tricks. He's got Sarah Silverman as the host.
Oh, fucking, I'm never watching that. I can't stand her.
I like her.
Her humor's semi-funny, but her voice is just fucking like knives in my ear.
Oh, I like her quite a bit.
Oh, wow.
I used to like Jimmy Kimmel when he was on The Man Show.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you got to look it up on YouTube. Oh, holy shit.
Well,
let me just tell you the genius of that show first.
I might look that up.
But at the end of the show, they had a thing called...
Oh, you saw that? My bad.
Yeah, I saw it. But at the end of the show, they had a thing. It was genius. The whole segment, it was during the ending credits. It was called "Girls
It's
Jumping
so much
on
better than the fucking 12 gauge.
Girls Jumping on Trampolines." And that was the whole thing. It's just hot girls jumping on trampolines. It's fucking genius. It's genius in its simplicity.
This is middle school.
I don't care. It was fucking genius. They also slammed beers on it. It was called The Man Show. It was a good show. Yeah.
I have no follow-up questions or concerns.
There was 2 hosts on it.
That's great. I think. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Look it up.
I will not comment if you've seen The Man Show, because apparently that's a big thing. I don't know.
It was on Comedy Central for a few years.
And when? 2003?
Early 2000s. Yeah, 2003, 4, 5, something.
I was 13. I wasn't allowed to watch shit after like 8:30 p.m.
Well, you're not 13 anymore. You can watch anything you want.
I'm also not going to go look up The Man Show to watch some grainy fucking bouncing who knows what on a fucking trampoline.
You've probably seen a clip from it and didn't even know it.
I doubt it.
There's that kid, I can't think of his name.
The kazoo kid?
The kid who was on MTV.
So.
He was on the side of the road. He's selling beers, glasses of beer to people. And yeah, he's just an asshole to everybody. It's good shit. All right, but
maybe, I don't think so. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Some Offense Intended, Twitter and TikTok at Some Offense Pod. I'm getting used to this thing. And like, share, subscribe, follow on all your favorite podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast listening station is. Stitcher, Spotify. I don't know about Pandora.
One more thing I got to mention, because we've talked about changing our logo. If anybody has any ideas, put it in our comments. It becomes our intellectual property, by the way.
Or email it to us, someoffenseintendedpodcast@gmail.com. If we like it and it's dope and we're going to use it, I'll give you like $20.
Yeah.
And maybe if you're old enough, I have to put that. If you're old enough, maybe I'll buy you a beer drop box. And we'll talk to you next time. Goodbye. Anything else? No, goodbye.